Charlie and I are still out here in California. Gonna check out some stuff in Hollywood this time around. Kind of see Hollywood Boulevard down below. We're up above on one of the buildings. See the stars there along the sidewalk, the Walk of Fame. There's the Disney Theater there. And we'll get back to that here in just a minute, but rolling in from the Disney Theater, check out a few graves. This one here is the grave of Walt Disney. Doesn't really need an introduction there for Walt, but he's buried here along with his wife, his daughter, and his son-in-law. It's Forest Hills. Not really a big major grave here, kind of unassuming, but a few little things along the ground there. Mickey, Minnie Mouse, and there's a drawing down here that we'll check out. But here's the grave of Walt. He was created a lot of stuff, but Disneyland, and then kind of got the ball rolling on Disney World, and famously died before it opened up. His brother Roy was actually the one that got that built and finished. But a few pictures, a few drawings, and then Mickey and Minnie down here at Walt's grave. Another grave we wanted to check out in Hollywood was the grave of Carrie Fisher. She's buried here in a tomb along with her mother, Debbie Reynolds. Carrie Fisher died one day, and then Debbie Reynolds died the next day of a stroke. But that was back in 2016, just after Christmas. But I'm going to go up here and check out the tomb. A big, kind of elaborate tomb here, but nothing to really call out that these are famous people. Of course, there's tons and tons of famous people. You could spend multiple days visiting the graves of famous people, but a couple here that we want to check out, and Carrie Fisher was definitely one of them. And the big thing everybody knows Carrie Fisher from is the Star Wars movies, the old ones from back in the day, and then the newer ones too. She was also in The Burbs, which is a great movie, Tom Hanks movie from the 80s. It was cool. Just a few days before this, we were there on the Universal Studios lot where The Burbs was filmed, so that was cool too. But definitely had to come out and see Carrie Fisher's grave. Then we're going to move from there on into a little overlook here, the Griffith Observatory, right here above Hollywood. Going to check it out. It's a cool building. We'll go inside here in a minute too. Just packed inside. You can see crowds outside, but nothing crazy. But inside, there's just people standing around, kind of doing nothing. So much cooler outside, checking things out. And here in a few minutes, we'll show Hollywood and LA and the Hollywood sign. You can get a great view of the Hollywood sign from up here at the Griffith Observatory too. Just an awesome view up here, the Hollywood Hills and LA. See it all down below you there. And excellent view of the Hollywood sign. You can see it there in the distance. We'll get a better look here as well. But great view of the Hollywood sign from up here at the Griffith Observatory. Real cool to see the Hollywood sign. I always wanted to see it. Kind of one of the more iconic things here in the U.S. And been here, not this one, but the original Hollywood sign put up in 1923. and replaced in the 70s with this one. But see downtown LA here and in Hollywood there. Just some really cool views here. But the original Hollywood sign, a lot of people know, said Hollywood Land. It was just an advertisement for a real estate development, just meant to be a temporary thing. This was left up just because it became such an iconic image there. But eventually land was dropped off and just had Hollywood like it says now. But the sign that's here now has been there since the 70s. The original sign wasn't meant to stay, wasn't meant to last. So it was just cheap wood, but I think the one now is made out of steel. We're going to head back over to Hollywood Boulevard and check out some of the stuff down here that it's famous for. Of course, you got the stars along the Walk of Fame, which we'll check out down here, and then just the Hollywood Boulevard itself. But the Chinese Theater, Grauman's Chinese Theater, depending on when you talk about it, it became Mann's Chinese Theater. I think it's TCL Chinese Theater now, but originally Grauman's Chinese Theater. Really big, famous theater. It looks awesome, and then in front of it's where all the stars have got their handprints, footprints, and signed their names there in the concrete. So it was cool to check all that out too. And straight ahead across the street there, that's the El Capitan Theater. One of the old school movie palaces that they used to call them. That one's these days it's owned by Disney. That's where all the Disney movie premieres, and they just show Disney movies over there at the El Capitan. And walking along here along the boulevard, see the stars here from the Walk of Fame. Just tons and tons of them. All kinds of actors, radio, music, just all along the boulevard. And then right here, coming up on it here in just a second, will be the Chinese Theater, which has shown tons and tons of movies throughout the decades, almost 100 years. Back in the 1920s when this started, and showed famously back in the 80s. Coal Miner's Daughter previewed here about a month before it actually released nationwide. So a lot of cool movie history here at the Chinese Theater that we'll check out too. Cool one to check out right here. This is just all the main cast there from the original Star Trek, along with the Enterprise there in the middle. But just tons and tons. There's Stallone, tons and tons of names here in the concrete in front of the theater here. Names and handprints both. real cool vantage point here above Hollywood Boulevard. Get a real good view of everything going on down below. And then over here we'll show right there the Roosevelt Hotel. That's the Hollywood Roosevelt. There's a lot of famous history there. That opened up back in the 20s as well. First Academy Awards was held there. Marilyn Monroe lived there. Errol Flynn, I think Ernest Hemingway. So a lot of cool history there in that hotel as well. Some people say it's haunted today by Errol Flynn and Marilyn Monroe. There's another view of the Roosevelt off in the distance. But that's it for this one. This look, just checking out some random stuff around Hollywood. But Charlie and I are going to head on out of here and see what else we can get into.